Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Cajun, up here today. Thought I would show a closer look at my wrestling DVD collection. I want to start off by saying that I've always enjoyed wrestling. I grew up with the old WWE. But the thing is, wrestling has changed so much, and I don't just mean in the sense of how it's changed, like wrestling's changed, like WWE's changed. I mean the way we watch wrestling has changed so much. Back in the day, it was just like you would either catch it on TV or you could record it. If you were about my age, those were my memories of recording it, and you couldn't really get the pay-per-views, because when we were younger, we didn't have the money to pay for the pay-per-views, and unless you had a parent that enjoyed wrestling as much as you did, chances are you weren't watching those pay-per-views. But wrestling nowadays, we're so lucky because we have subscription services. Like I said, back in the day, you couldn't really watch wrestling live, especially if you were in the UK, because WWE was on at like 10, 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was a school night, so you'd have to record it if you were lucky enough to have a TV that you could record stuff on, or even before then it was tapes and stuff. But it was either that, or you would, if you were lucky enough to have any VHSs or DVDs around, maybe you would get one for your birthday if you brought one, or Christmas, or if you were lucky enough to see them in charity shops or save some money up and buy them. But nowadays we're so lucky because, whether or not you like WWE, WWE did the first, I don't know if it was the complete first one, but it was the first sort of mainstream network subscription service. And, the whole idea of having a ton of wrestling content, in one particular place was pretty awesome. For a pay-per-view that was what, 20 quid on TV, or you can pay $9.99 a month and get, just for the pay-per-views alone, it was worth the price. But you'd also get stuff from, live. Well, you wouldn't get the main stuff, but you would get like a lot of subscription-based stuff, documentaries, original content, behind the scenes stuff, but live shows, but behind the but you'd also get WCW and ECW. But nowadays we have so many different types of subscription services, and there's so many different companies out there. We got Impact, TNA, or Impact, whatever you want to call it, have their own subscription service. I'll admit that app isn't great, unfortunately. You have Fight TV, which is like a combination of every type of like wrestling and pro wrestling and fighting stuff, MMA and stuff, and you get there's a lot of pay-per-view content on there, but there's also a lot of free stuff you can get. AEW's on there. We know AEW is going to be making their own subscription service, a proper subscription service from what I've heard. Some people are saying it might combine with HBO Max, but now they own the rights to Ring of Honor. Who knows? We might see a Ring of Honor compilation. You've got IWTV, which is a great indie wrestling with tons of promotions on there. But that's what I mean. We're so lucky that we couldn't just put on the TV, put on on our Xbox or whatever, and just load up some wrestling and watch whatever we want from whenever we want. But back in the day, it wasn't like that. If you wanted to watch an event and you couldn't catch it on TV, you'd have to wait for the DVD or VHS to come out. And we know that WWE have sort of said that they are going to be stopping physical media soon. I can understand why they're doing it, because let's be honest, most people would just use the WWE network, myself included. But there is a ton of great wrestling DVDs out there that are not just WWE stuff. And I have decided, I'm going to start going for a bit more of a collection. But I thought I would show what I have. I've already probably shown them off in collection videos, but I thought I'd do a dedicated video showing it off what I've got. What's great though is because there's a lot of DVDs for other promotions out there. I'll be honest, they are a little bit harder to find in the wild. Wrestling DVDs, of course, if you want to buy them, you'd obviously go to HMV. But I think HMV prices are still overpriced. Oh, by the way, there is Blu-ray as well. I don't have any wrestling Blu-rays. I think I've got one, but I don't know where it is. I think I'll probably be able to find it at some point. It's the Ladder Match 2 variant or whatever it's called. Again, you know, I will be, obviously, if there's a Blu-ray version of that, obviously I'll upgrade it to the Blu-ray. But your best bet if you want to go for sort of other wrestling promotions is there is some in CEX if you're lucky, but your eBay's your best bet. Is your best bet to find some obscure stuff and even import stuff. So let's just take a look at what I have. 20 or so, maybe more than 20 wrestling DVDs. So first up we have the Ultimate Ric Flair collection. I've had this for a while, actually. I think I originally got this, from a charity shop years ago. Great 9.5 hours of Ric Flair, some Ric Flair matches, a documentary. Of course, Ric Flair, one of the all-time legends. Of course, he's a subject of a lot of controversy as of late, but who isn't in the wrestling community? Now, as for pay-per-views, I haven't decided if I'm going to go for WWE pay-per-views, just because, again, I would watch them on the WWE network, and again, it's DVD over Blu-ray. But if I see them cheap, I'll pick them up. Just because, like I said, I'm watching them in order at the moment. I'm on Wrestlemania 13 now. Is where I'm at with the pay-per-views. Then we have Beast in the East. But yeah, sometimes in the pay-per-view DVDs, you do get some exclusive content. Like this one comes with 2 never before pre-show matches, so sometimes they are worth having for some bonus content. Then we have the Payback Fatal 4-Way 2015. Yeah, so it does have some special features. I think I did watch this one back in the day. I stopped watching WWE about 2017, 2018. Maybe a bit later than that. Yeah, definitely well before COVID started. Then we have Judgment Day 2009 with one of the all-time greats, Edge. So yeah, there is some special features on these. Of course, it's funny because a majority of these wrestlers on here now are in AEW. I mean, Jeff Hardy's in AEW. Jake Hager's in AEW. Christian's in AEW. CM Punk's in AEW. Chris Jericho's in AEW. Batista's not really wrestling anymore. You know, John Cena don't really wrestle anymore. So there's only like 2 people on here, or 3 people on here that actually are still in WWE as actual wrestlers. I mean, I will say when Edge did come back, I did watch that Royal Rumble, and that was one of the few moments WWE actually made me happy. Modern WWE, that is. The Royal Rumble from 2015. Again, a lot of these wrestlers aren't actually with WWE anymore. Although Cody, or Stardust, or whatever you want to call him at the time, has been rumoured to be coming back to WWE. I'm going to be honest, I ain't that bothered. They're grown-ass people. They can do what they want. Yes, he is a little bit, you know, controversial because he said all that stuff about WWE, but, you know, they've offered him a higher price and stuff, so, you know, got to make that money somehow. Then we have the Road to WrestleMania 4 DVD set. Sometimes it is better to get these one individuals. This includes 3 pay-per-views, WrestleMania 28, I think, there, and the Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble. I do have a standalone version of the Elimination Chamber as well, so I'll put that next to it, because that was just brought in a bundle. Then we have a Smash TV, Smash Wrestling Super Showdown 16. I think this is an example of a DVD that you would have brought at the actual event, because a lot of these indie companies sell their DVDs at the events and things. I don't know where this originally would have come from, whether it's a bootleg or an official DVD or what. I got it on someone gave it to me when I bought something on eBay, thrown in with something else. But I have watched a couple of episodes of Smash Wrestling. I think it's Canadian. Wrestlemania 21, which is really beat up. I'm going to have to get rid of this because it's really beat up and it's missing a disc. Then we have Unforgiven again. 2008. I'm not sure if Silvervision are still the company releasing WWE DVDs. The SummerSlam 2010 Steelbook edition, one of the few Steelbooks that I have. Again, the Nexus. I remember the Nexus, man. That was a great team back in the day. Judgement Day 2006. Of course, Great Khali, JBL there. Royal Rumble 2014. The Royal Rumble is still one of my favourite matches of all time. That's a Battle Royale. The Steelbook there. I don't know why that's there. Then we have a couple of WrestleCrate exclusive. That's another thing I forgot to mention. There are some subscriptions out there that give you DVDs. Bryan Danielson, Becoming the Best in the World. I think it has like a bunch of Bryan Danielson matches. Some from WWE, some from Ring of Honor, and some other stuff there. I'm not entirely sure how long it's on for. I couldn't imagine it's on for too long. Same with the Best of Cactus Jack in ECW, WrestleCrate 1. Again, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind, whatever you want to call him. Another Steelbook of the Royal Rumble 2006. This one's more of a matte finish, where the other one's more of a glossy finish. I love, like I said, the Royal Rumble matches. I love the Royal Rumble. You just never know who's going to come out next. The Elimination Chamber 2015. Whatever happened to Wade Barrett? I know he was doing, at one point he was doing this, I think it was WOS wrestling promotion, like a small wrestling promotion at one point, but I don't know what he's done since. Then we have one of my favourite ones that I've got is the Attitude Complete Collection. They've released this in so many different versions of the Attitude collections. But yeah, this is volumes 1 to 3 is a complete series. But the Attitude Era was just great. You know, the 90s was all about wars. You know, you had the console wars of the 90s. You had the Monday Night Wars, and the Attitude Era was just such a great time if you're a wrestling fan. Just because it was all about, you know, WWE trying to become more edgy and pushing the limits, because obviously WCW and ECW were sort of rising, and obviously we know how that ended. Much like Sega and Nintendo, you know, we all thought Sega was going to rise up and be the next big thing, and then it sort of, Nintendo sort of went, you know what, we're going to win. Then I've got a couple of these WEW DVDs. Now these are, well, kind of risque. They're wrestling, but it's all to do with women, and it's got a lot of sexual overtones and stuff in it. But surprisingly, these are getting quite expensive. So if you've got a couple of these, keep an eye on the prices of them, because they are getting expensive. Well, I don't know whether I'll class it as wrestling or porn or what, but I'd imagine it's weird. It's got DVE, unless that's the company that put them out. And then we've got another one there. Of course, you can tell by the pictures they are quite sexual. Then we have the very best of Backyard Wrestling. I remember playing the video games, and this is how I found about the DVD. Yeah, again, some actual wrestlers on here probably you would know in modern stuff. I know there's a few of these out there. Then we have My Only XPW, the Baptized in Blood Volume 1. I know XPW is coming back, or has come back. Again, XPW was another one of these extreme wrestlings, much like ECW and that, all about the blood and violence and stuff. You know, if you grew up in that sort of era, the late 90s and early 2000s era of extreme wrestling. And then we have the very best of Brody Lee. I imagine this might have gone up in price now. I'll have to check this one out. CZW. I think this was originally a WrestleCrate exclusive. I'm not too sure. Of course, Brody Lee, rest in peace. Really, really respected wrestler in the community, of course. Made his start in CZW. Then we have The Edge, A Decade of Decadence. One of my all-time favourite wrestlers from WWE was Edge. I loved Edge, you know. But that's what I like about these WWE DVDs. They have a lot of like individual wrestlers and documentaries. They're the sort of ones that I like to get. I've only got 2 TNA ones. I've got Slammiversary 11 and Lockdown 2013. I watched a little bit of TNA. I used to watch it quite a bit back in the day, but I haven't watched any since. I'm debating on whether to get Impact Plus back, so I can start watching it again. I know you can get it on Fight, but I think on Fight there's less stuff there, and I don't really like the way Fight's interfaces either. The 2011 annual, The Very Best of Raw, SmackDown, and the Live in the UK triple pack here. I am getting another one on Thursday. Probably going to order. I think it's the top matches of the decade, 2010 to 2020. I think it's DVD, but if they sell it on Blu-ray, I'll probably get the Blu-ray version. Greatest Superstars of the 21st Century. Just some amazing wrestlers on there, of course. Again, some legends. I've got one WCW, the rise and fall of WCW. Again, WCW was sort of before my time. I never really watched it, but again, I'll be able to watch a lot of WCW because all of their content is on WWE Network. Then we got this Attitude Era disc 1 of 3. This was actually given away from Game when you brought, I think it was WWE 17 or 18 or something like that. You got it for free. It was originally part of the 3 set, but then we got the Raw 2009 collection, Survivor Series 2011 when John Cena teamed up with The Rock, Never Before, Never Again, No Mercy, of course, Eddie Guerrero, Viva la Rasta. 25 rivalries in wrestling. This has got a Blu-ray release. I haven't decided if I'm going to upgrade it. Same with the CM Punk Best in the World here, which actually still has some, I don't know if that's tape or sealed or what on there. One of my all-time favourites as well, CM Punk, of course. The Rock, the Dwayne Johnson Epic Journey, still sealed. Roman Reigns iconic matches, got about 5 or 6 of these matches. The Oh My God moments, top 50th incidents. And then last we have the Real American Hulkamania. Let me tell you something, brother. Say what you want about Hulk Hogan. He was one of the main reasons WWE got so big, was because of people like Hulk Hogan. So that's my wrestling collection. I do have a Blu-ray of the ladder match, volume 2, I think it is, the ladder match 2. I'll see if I can find it, but it's at the back somewhere. I'm not going to be able to look for it. I know I have it somewhere. I do have it, but I actually move these DVD wrestling DVDs and just put them all here so they're all together. And then have this dedicated as my wrestling collection. But I am going to be getting some more wrestling DVDs at some point. So, but like I said, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like. Of course, this one is for the wrestling fans, of course. Whether you're a fan of WWE or AEW or whatever you're a fan of today, let's just agree on something. Whether you like wrestling or not, you have to admit, if you enjoy wrestling, it's a great time for it. I know people are, oh, it's fake and all this. So is the video game. So is half the shit on TV, you know. Everything is fucking fake. Anything you watch on TV, unless it's a documentary, it's fake. So what's the difference between watching wrestling and watching a film? You know what I mean? This is fake, it ain't real. So it is what it is, you know. It's just entertainment, you know, entertainment. And who doesn't like watching two guys beat the shit out of each other, or at least looking like they're beating the shit out of each other? But like I said, and as always, guys, comment below. Let me know if you're a fan of wrestling. What's your favourite wrestling promotion? Who's your favourite wrestler? And are you a wrestling collector? I don't collect anything else wrestling. Oh, and my t-shirt turned up. from the monthly tea club. I need to keep showing these off every month. It says Sus, and it's a Among Us Halo crossover. Monthly tea club is a really cool subscription service. I'm not paid by this. I just thought I'd tell them. You pay monthly and you get a t-shirt sent. A lot of the time they're crossover ones. Last month's one, I don't know if I've actually got it washed, or I might have worn it the other day. Was basically it was Wallace and Gromit, but Peanuts. So it was the Peanuts house with Gromit lying on top as Snoopy, and then Wallace obviously as Charlie Brown. I thought it was really cool. But I get these every month. I really enjoy them. Nice crossovers. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. I will be going away on Thursday. We're going shopping, so there might be a pickups on Thursday. I'm still waiting on 2 things to turn up from Amazon and from eBay. One of them turned up today, was Violent Cop. I will talk more about them in the actual pickups video when they all turn up. And as always, guys, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Mad Kygo. And as always, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time, brother.